Hey there, wrestling fanatics. It is yours truly here. Once again, it is Team Rarai. Now, I want to discuss and give my thoughts on the return of Goldberg. It has been 12 years since we've seen Goldberg on WWE television, okay? It was at WrestleMania 20, 2004, okay? It seemed like yesterday himself and Brock Lesnar left the company, doesn't it? And I know I mentioned this before, and I'm going to say it again. I attended that event. That match was a freaking train wreck. It was awful because both guys know it was their last night in the WWE, so they said, piss on this match. They just want the money and they left. Okay. Fast forward 12 years now. WWE 2K17, they had this awesome commercial of Goldberg, you know. And instead of backstage arena, it was somewhere in the boonies. And it was awesome. People, wrestling fanatics, was getting pumped up. See Goldberg. Of course, you gotta pre-order it. Well, probably you could download it. That costs a little extra money if you don't want to pre-order it. And a lot of hoopla. And people were saying, Goldberg, are you gonna come back? Goldberg, you're gonna come back, you know? Of course, he's not gonna say nothing to the wrestling fanatics. He want to keep a hush hush. So he was, I think this past August, August, he made a couple appearances, promote the game, and I think after all that he has surgery because, you know, he's not a young Goldberg. He's getting up there. I think he's a grandpa. I don't know if he is or not, but he could be a grandpa. And sorry, I lost my words, lost my train of thought. Then, for out of the blue, we promoted the return of Goldberg on TV. Now, if WWE was freaking smart, they should make it a huge surprise. Then people will get more hyped up on it. The internet ruined it. WWE kind of ruined it, but whatever. He is back and better than ever, hopefully. So he came out this past Monday. He had like a jacket on. I don't know if he's out of shape or he just wanted to wear a jacket just for the hell of it, because it was in Denver, Colorado. Maybe it was kind of chilly out there that night. Not too sure. But when he came out, it feels good. He's back. On the other hand, he's just there for the money, you know. Of course, he's probably there for the money. And he brung his wife, his son, and he barely put his son on his shoulder. That is not a good sign. So probably he did it on, I don't know, I guess he did not hold his son really correctly, but his promo or segment was off the chain. I loved it. I really wish he did a spear or a jackknife thing like he did back in the day, but I guess he's not really in shape. Now the thing, people have been buzzing on Twitter about what Michael Cole had to say. Goldberg is the greatest WCW champion. That is totally wrong. I agree with you, Gemini. I agree with you, Grim. The greatest champion in WCW era is Ric Flair, Stinger, and of course Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Those three guys can't even cut the mustard with Goldberg. Goldberg, he's awesome, but those three guys I just mentioned, I think WWE put a big foot in their own mouth. Let Michael Cole says that kind of stuff. What a big stooge, you know. I know Goldberg was 73-0 in WCW, but those guys pay their way for Goldberg, and Goldberg was not in a company that long in WCW. He just dominated a couple years, and then he left. And then the guys just mentioned, Hogan, Sting, and Flair, they stay there before before Goldberg and after Goldberg. Of course, Ric Flair was there the longest overall. Him and Sting, I think. So WWE is so dumb sometimes. I was shaking my head when I heard that remark. Psst, dummy. Sorry, I just got a little mad. Okay. So the reason how this all started, sorry, this whole thing is out of whack, this video, sorry. Paul Heyman, challenged Goldberg or I forgot. And I really wish that Lesnar was there this past Monday, but they want to say that for pay-per-view. And I saw the ratings, and it was pretty decent because the return of Goldberg. I guess the other 2 hours were not that great, like usual. So, and then next Monday, this Monday coming up, Lesnar is gonna, because Goldberg accepted a challenge for Lesnar. Now let's see what Lesnar had to say. So, everyone's thinking it's gonna happen in Survivor Series. Nothing's really confirmed yet. I'm assuming it will be in Toronto, Canada. So I'm glad he's back. I was never a big fan of him back in WCW days, and especially in WWE days, because they totally they should give him the belt at SummerSlam, not that Unforgiven, but they want to let Triple H retain the belt that year, and that was very bogus. I really wish, off the record, I know this is nonsense, at WrestleMania 20. They should have the belt on the line, but he lost the belt. Goldberg, he got screwed by Goldberg because Eddie Guerrero won. Rest in peace, Eddie. Sorry, this is how I think. I'm sorry. This is not the greatest video I ever made. And he has a new shirt, of course. Now I also heard that WWE wants to push Lesnar to wrestle more matches besides one more match. He says this is the last one, your next Lesnar, and this is the last. So WWE is gonna find a way to convince Goldberg to come back around WrestleMania next season. That'd be great I think that'd be great for business, because you're gonna sell more merchandise, more ticket sales for Mania weekend or Raw or whatever, and this guy probably is definitely a future Hall of Famer. I know he used to be in the NFL, he got injured, and he dominated the WCW, but when he came to the big boys playground, he took a long time to get in the groove. Then he became world champion. I really wish they let him hold a belt longer than he had a belt that year. But at least he was a champion, But let's see what happens. I'm not really looking forward to Brock versus Goldberg, the sequel, because I just guaranteed it's gonna be a freaking train wreck. But maybe it won't be a freaking train wreck, because they know, wrestling fanatics know that Goldberg is going to leave after this match, or maybe WWE's going to pay him more money to stick around longer for WrestleMania season, But we'll see. I don't know, I'm not really hyped up. Me and Lucas discussed that, not this past Monday, but the one podcast we discussed that one matter. He was all happy. I don't know about his reaction. The internet really screwed things up about these WWE superstars coming back. They really ruined it. They had to promote it because they don't think that these wrestling fanatics will watch the current product, because it's like, here's Raw, okay? Sometimes it's like this and all the time, and that's 3 freaking hours, okay? Freaking, I don't say the real F word, sorry, okay? To compare to SmackDown, you got 2 hours, and people love that with a freaking passion sometimes. So it just drags out, and I don't know if W's ever gonna figure that out. They so ridiculous. Sorry, I'm going a little edgier on this video, but I'm glad he's in the game. And if you're wondering about my game, it did not come in yet. I will get it eventually. Just let you know. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's on back order, and just don't ask me anymore until that's the latest update I have for you right now. But I had a feeling, I don't know why, it seemed like when a former W superstar is on W2K whatever, they come back to the company. Like you got the Ultimate Warrior, he came back to the company. He was a future Hall of Famer at the time. Everything was okay with him and Triple H and McMahon's and all that. Sting, you know, we thought we would never see him in the WWE ring. He got into the game, but not in the cover. Probably in the future. But Bruno, I'm sorry, he was on bad terms with WWE. He got into the Hall of Fame. I guess I'm assuming that Triple H is trying to patch things up from the past. So let's see who's gonna be in the next W2K18. Maybe a legend, and you gotta download a good thing. And let's see if W could top out this year's game for W2K17 was a special like NXT or whatever. If they do like can you imagine if they do like a special Attitude Era collector edition? That'd be freaking awesome. Like the Austin, The Rock, Triple H. That'd be epic. That'd be worth the heavy in our W collection. Would you guys like to see that? Okay, I'm out here. If you like this video, give this thing a thumbs up. Sorry I went a little overboard, but let's see what happens. And he's got to get into shape. You know, probably that's why he was wearing that kind of jacket. I could be right, I could be wrong. Maybe it was kind of chilly. He was in Denver, Colorado. Who knows? So all my social media accounts are down below. I guess we're gonna see Lesnar versus Brock, the sequel. Hopefully it's not a train wreck. If it's a train wreck, just make it and no disqualifications. Let these two guys duke it out. No referee, whatever. Let them duke it out. Whatever it takes to make a brawl. That's what I gotta do, a brawl. Have a good one. This is your friend here, Team RI. Have a good one.